Hello everyone, this is Paifu review for the video that was recorded last Sunday, which was June 20th. Now, as you can see, we're on the other table here, which required me to do a lot of editing to put the scores up. And actually, I had even more editing with zooming in and showing calls and making hands more readable and stuff. But unfortunately, I had some problems with some editing. So this is the solution I got for you. I have the scores on screen with orange showing the current dealer. And today we're going to be reviewing Aaron and Kevin's hands in the bottom left and bottom right. I will have to go around and make sure that the score overlay is synced to the raw footage. And we're going to have to like fast forward the raw footage because I didn't, I tried to cut it out, but it didn't render properly. Anyways, so that's that. With me today is Nima and Kevin. And yeah, are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start. This is going to be started, as you can see, like 5 turns in, because we were like, oh, we should probably record. So yeah, that happened.
Is it okay? My decision making is not super well formed yet. Okay. Whereas I think this is my turn. Yes.
Yeah. So Kevin's hand might be a little bit hard to read, but hopefully it's good enough.
Right.
I mean, it's not that much different from normal.
Yeah.
Why exactly they cut that?
I think it gets a little bit worse in the middle, but
Oh, I just
because I accidentally bumped the camera. But anyways,
Nice.
But then if you
Then you're like,
post facto, like if the thing doesn't make sense anymore,
oh, I should probably also make this like 2x speed,
then that when
you might not.
so we're not sitting here for an hour and a half.
You might make up an answer.
Speed.
well, then that's almost.
That just means you probably got better.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it, but I think like one thing that could help is just
Where the heck is the speed?
like for me at least, like taking notes.
Oh, okay.
At least after each hand, potentially, like if there were any
Sorry, one sec.
specific things.
There we go.
Okay. Can we stop it here?
Yeah.
All right. So, Kevin, the 3-so
Yeah.
discard. Yeah, you thought a long time about that. It looked like.
Yeah.
Wanna walk us through what you were thinking about?
I remember I made so many mistakes on like each one. That's just the first of them.
Who said that was a mistake?
Like I think afterwards like something happened.
Well, if you had this hand like now, what would you discard 3-so still, or would you discard something else?
3-so is basically confirmed one shanten, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, as long as you don't break up one of your blocks, then you're pretty much going to be.
Yeah.
But is there a better discard than 3-so here?
If if you want better like tempai shape, maybe like break up the 3-5 pin block or like 6-mount.
Will those guarantee that you get better tempai shape though?
Not really.
Yeah, because if you break up 3-5, right, and keep the 3-so,
Yeah.
then 4-so is probably going to be your pair, and then you might end
Yeah.
up like on a Champon 4-mon and 4-so.
Yeah.
Right, that's a possibility. I mean, I think
Yeah,
3-so is perfect here.
Yeah, I would say 3-so is the best discard, but like you thought about it for a while, so it seemed like you were unsure. The thing to keep in mind here is that you already have a pair. Like you already have your form on that. That's pretty much almost guaranteed to be the pair in this situation, right? So having a follow-up tile next to your Anko is not very strong.
Okay.
Even if you draw another Formon and it stops being your pair, the 6-mon will be your pair instead. So you really don't need the 3-so around. Like the 4-so is pretty much just going to be an Anko with this hand shape.
Hmm.
I think we should talk about Aaron's 1-so discard. Do you want to go back a couple turns?
The
Okay,
one
so
so
why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why the 1-so?
So I was thinking, if I wanted a regular hand, then this is too many blocks, too many pairs. And I was thinking, well, there's still Tanya chance, right? I could toss the 1-so pair and still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks if I end up getting rid of the 7-so as well. So that's why I threw the 1-so, because I wanted to move towards Tanya. I didn't want to, yeah, that's why. Like if the 5-pin comes out, I want to be able to pawn. Rather than committing to Chitoy. I know it's not committing to Chitoy if I toss like something like 4-so, but then I would have to go and fix or find another block later if I end up going to Tanya.
So in that case, why keep the 7-so at all?
Why keep the 7-so at all? Because I already have 5 blocks. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I keep the 7-so at all. It's a possibility that I can upgrade it to. Okay, like I already know I threw the 9-so, but in the event that it becomes like another downman, I could swap out my 2-4 for it. Is a possibility. But yeah, 7-so is not great either.
Yeah, I mean, you already threw out 9-so and you're looking for Tanya, right? So you'd only really be happy if you draw the 6-so. Is that right?
Yeah.
Does would drawing the 6-so and slightly improving the hand shape be worth more to you than drawing another
possibility of
1-so
Chitoy.
and just getting, to closed Ishan 10?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, my line of thinking here was, let me just start with that, is that, well, I'm not going to use the 1-so anyways if I'm going to go Tanya. So I would rather get rid of that now than keeping, and then I can toss the 7-so later. So yeah, but looking at it now, I think, well, because if I toss 7-so here now, then that also is sort of giving up on the Chitoy chance.
Yeah, I mean, like bringing up any pair here is giving up on Chitoy. Like, if you want to keep Chitoy around, then you want to discard 4-so. But, you want to look for Tanya. So that's why with this sort of hand, with your line of thinking, you can't really look for Chitoy.
Right. So 7-so here is, you would say, is better than 1-so because 1-so can be used as safer discards later.
No, I'm saying because if you discard 7-so here and you draw another 1-so.
Oh, then it'll be Ishan. Okay, got it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be better to actually be Ishan 10?
Yeah, I didn't consider that.
However, keeping the 7-so gives you more calling options if you go for Tanya. Did you think about that?
Keeping the 7-so gives me more options to call Britannia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if Brian throws the 6-so, for example, right?
I mean that is one choice, but calling from the hanchan 10 to the hanchan 10 is kind of eh.
How would the 7-so help me then? Or keeping the 7-so.
Yeah, for instance, like let's say, so you discard the 1-so, and then 5-peen comes out, and you pawn 5-peen, and you discard 1-so again.
Right.
In the event that you're able to pawn the Dora, 7-so can become your pair, and you have like 2, 4, 6-so left over.
Right.
That's just like one possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, having a shape, like in this case, if we just discount the 2, it's a 4, 6, 7, 7, 8. So like normally you'd be looking at the 6, 7, 8 as a sequence, and then like you have the 4 and 7 to kind of extend the shape if necessary, but you could also look at it as a kanchan and your pair, or just a diankan.
Right.
So yeah, having all those tiles kind of grouped together does give you more options later if you're looking for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think if you're looking for Tanyao and you're like kind of adamant that you're going to go for Tanyao, then 1-so is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to try and keep the hand closed, then 4-so is probably better, just to keep Chitoi around.
Right.
But if you like absolutely just want to maximize like Tenpai chance for a normal hand, close Tenpai chance, I mean, then you just discard 7-so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just all a trade-off.
Yeah, it's not obvious, right?
Right.
Okay.
Was there merit to keeping the 1-so over the 1-peen?
Keeping the 1-so over 1-peen? I thought they were more or less equivalent.
Yeah, there wasn't a huge difference, I should say. Right, so then you both pawn for Tenpai, which is good. I see Kevin stop being afraid of 1,000 point hands.
Yep, you told me that.
Yeah, because your hand, like you were finishing a weaker shape, and the hand wasn't going to be that expensive anyway. So it's much better to just call for Tenpai and try and win before someone else does.
Right, I'm gonna fast forward here. So
Okay, so can we talk about Kevin's first discard?
the 9-pin? The
Yeah,
9-pin?
we can leave it on. We can leave it here. Just because
Okay.
we couldn't see the full hand at the beginning because he was still organizing it.
Okay.
So yeah, thoughts on that 9 pin discard?
I have, I have 5 blocks, and then the shape isn't that good, so I kind of want to keep the hearts for quick hand if it gets to a pair.
Okay, and so the Dora is 7 pin. Were you okay giving up on like using the Dora at all for this hand?
Even if I get 7 pin, I might still be able to use it. Doesn't have to be with 9 pin. That's what I'm thinking.
It doesn't have to be, but
Yeah.
if you're able to use a 7 pin without the 9 pin, since you already have a pair of 4 pin, it would mean that you're sacrificing tile acceptance. Most likely.
Yeah. But then there's also the possibility that I draw a hearts and then being able to just pawn it and get a quick hand.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I'm just asking because that's the trade-off you make by discarding the 9 pin
Yeah.
at the very beginning. So then why discard the Hatsu here?
Because this 7778 is a better shape.
Do you want to stop it?
The 7, 7,
So
8.
well he drew a third 7.
Oh, okay.
So this kind of goes back to what I was saying in the last hand. If you already have a confirmed pair, and in this case you have 2 potential pairs, then having a follow-up tile for your Onko doesn't really do anything.
Okay.
So in that case, with a Onko of 7, so you've got pair of 2 mana 4 pin, it makes the Hatsu more valuable because you could actually look for Toy potentially
Yeah.
if you pair up the Hatsu.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
then so go on.
Yeah, so these situations come up a lot. It's good that you are re-emphasizing it when you already have 2 pairs, right? Then something attached to the Anko, for another, like generating another pair is not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then after you drew the Dora, you ended up discarding the 8-so for that. So yeah, the 8-so was an unnecessary tile here, but then like what are you gonna do with this Dora?
Be draw another 9, 8, or 6 if possible. Like,
Just try and stick something to it?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is gonna be worth more. Like the hand will be worth something if you can use it and maybe get Tanyao.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate you had to discard the 9 pin already, but it probably would have been discarded by now. No, it might have still been left in your hand. In any case, yeah. I mean, you're just holding onto the door, hoping that you can use it, and then if not, you'll have to discard it eventually.
Yeah.
Or just fold.
Yeah.
All right. And then Aaron, you're going for a pair or triplet based hand.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like now. So here I commit to the 2-tie. Oh, very nice. Moves toward Tanya.
So the 1-mon discard. Can we talk about that?
So I want to confirm a Tang Yao and being
Is
able to call.
is this confirming Tanya?
If I get the pawn of like 2-man or 4-pin, I can just like break up the 2-3. So
But then what if you draw one so first?
then just break up a pair and hope for a reach.
Yeah, so then it's not necessarily confirming Tanya.
Yeah. But if I want to go Tang Yao, I'm going to discard it anyways.
I think this is fine in this case because you like the rest of your shapes are the men.
Yeah.
So like you don't really need to keep around a tile to strengthen one of your pairs when you get to Ishanten because like your Ishanten will necessarily be two of the men.
Yeah.
Mm. If it weren't the case, then would you just cut one of the pairs? Or cut? Wait, yeah. Would you cut like?
It would depend on what the other blocks are.
Okay.
But like right now this is 6 blocks, right?
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, Yeah. Okay. I see your point. If you had like a weaker block, then obviously.
Then you might want to give up on that weaker block
Right.
and keep the 1 mana around just to increase the tile acceptance instead of trying to force Tanya where it's not guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Let's say
But
one
yeah,
of
in this
these.
case,
So like, let's say one of these Liaomens was a Kanchan instead. Would that Kanchan be considered weaker than this 1/2/2?
yes,
Okay.
because the like that Kanchan, like let's say instead of the 5 mon, Kevin still had the 8 mon.
Uh-huh.
Then that Kanchan only accepts 7 mon, whereas keeping the 1 around with the 1/2/2, it lets you accept 3 mon.
And 2 mon and 4-pin, right?
Yeah, but you can accept those regardless, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But then when you end up trimming down one of your blocks from 6 blocks to go to 5 blocks, by having that follow-up tile, the 1 mon around, it makes your Ishanten shape stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you cut 1 mon here and you still had 6 8 mon, and then let's say you were able to draw 1 so, and then you have to break up 6 8 mon, right? Because that would be the weakest block. In that case, you'd have 1 leftover tile in your hand that's not helping your hand shape at all, as opposed to having the 1 mon, which would have helped your Ishanten shape. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, in this case, like I said, you already have 3 Dian Men. If you call for Tanyao, then you can break up the Dian Men that doesn't guarantee Tanyao. But if you finish a Dian Men first, you can break up a pair and still be left with 2 Dian Men for Ishanten. So like it's strong enough already that you don't need the 1 mon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in like the case I described where you had a Kanchan instead of one of your Dian Men, it'd probably be better to just take the 5 blocks. So here,
The 3-so cut?
yeah,
That's basically confirming Tang Yao.
It's because you drew the 2-pin, right?
Yeah.
is that worth it here though?
If I like, if like we like really confirming like Tang Yao, then I do have more tile acceptance by keeping the 2-pin, but like generally like just discarding 2-pin is better.
Yeah, because you're giving up on like tile acceptance for
So
for just 3 pin.
yeah.
So I think you're overvaluing Tanyo here a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like if you can keep this hand closed and Ricci, like it's necessarily going to have good shape. So I don't think you need to call for Tanyo.
And also, I think like I'm kind of slow there, so I kind of want to like be faster.
Can we go back to the 8-pin call then? Okay. Is calling using one of your Beyond Men necessarily making the hand faster here?
But I do get one shot 10.
Because before you said that you were willing to like pwn 2 mon and 4-pin and discard 2-3 so before um to move towards Tanyo, and that would be Ishanten. Is this better?
It's a worse Yishan 10 shape.
Yeah, because calling one of your good shapes,
Yeah.
it means that your Ishanten won't necessarily be good shape, right?
Yeah.
I think now that you made the decision that you're going to go for Tanyo and by discarding 3 so the prior turn, I think it's okay to call this, but like I'm just trying to express my how do I put this? My discomfort with this. Sorry, my discomfort with this like line of thinking that like you forced Tanya.
And also, like, I was thinking the 5-8 pin wasn't that good now on the board. So I kind of just want to cheat that.
Yeah, I think since it's the third one, it's probably fine. But yeah, like what I was trying to say is like I'm not really okay with discarding of the on men to force Tanya with otherwise good shape, without the Tanya, and but that now that you're at this point, I guess you kind of have to call. It's just like you're calling for 2,000 and you're using up one of your good shapes. You're not even Tenpai, and you might not be good shape Tenpai when you get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, now that we're at this point, I think this call is fine. It's just I think it would have been better not to get to this point.
Oh no, a con into the reach.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is an interesting choice.
Deal in Batsu.
Do you want to pause it here?
You're talking about Kevin's choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for you, you just discarded.
Yeah, I just tossed pay.
So why 4-pin here?
Because I'm Tenpai.
Is that the only reason?
And also the 3 pin is his Kenbutsu.
Anything else?
That's about it.
Wait, 3
All right.
pin. 3-pin being Genbutsu means 4-pin is safe? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, if I can get the 4-pin to pass, I get a better chance to win.
Okay.
Yeah, waiting on reach again, Butsu.
Okay.
I think that's fine. Yeah, like 4-pin's really dangerous, but you are
Yeah.
tenpai, and if you're gonna fight back, it's not like 5-pin's any safer.
Mhm.
You only have like what one Genbutsu. I mean, 7 so looks pretty safe, but you only have one Genbutsu. So I
Yeah.
think pushing your tenpai, especially waiting on Riichi Genbutsu, is totally fine. It just happened to deal in.
Yeah.
He got 2 Condora, very strong.
Let's get past this real quick. Also, is the frame rate okay?
Was this the really long game?
No.
No, was it? Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, frame rate is good enough. It's mahjong. It's not like we're playing a
Yeah, the
game where
video
we
will
need
be
60
fine.
FPS.
It's just the Discord screen sharing will be a little choppy.
And it's good enough.
Yeah, the recording is completely fine though.
Oh, Aaron.
Hmm?
Aaron, you can't do that.
I can't do what?
The 2-pin.
The 2-pin? Okay, let me pause. Let me take a look.
Oh yeah.
2. I can't do the 2-pin?
No.
Because I need another block. Is that what you're saying?
No, because it gives you tile acceptance for the 3-pin.
Because I need another block. Yeah. Yeah, that's...
What? No. It completes a sequence if you draw the 3-pin.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
so
yeah.
the famous Yeonmen Kanchan shape.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
I remember going over it with you
You
many
just,
years ago when OC was first founded.
Yep. Just missed it.
Got to keep an eye out for that stuff. And then what's this chi?
I just wanted to go fast.
If you wanted to go fast, shouldn't you have kept the 2-pin?
Well, yes. You are correct.
And then why break up the penchant here?
I do not know what I was thinking, but this is not how I would have played it if I were playing it again.
Because this is Pei Otozuke, right?
Yes.
What is Otozuke?
You get the Yaku after you call something.
Oh, I see.
Chuntanki.
I mean, now that you've drawn a Chun, I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
We should talk about the 2-pin discard.
Okay.
Kevin's 2-pin discard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like, you're still gonna berate
That
me
was
for that
really
one?
bad mistake.
Okay, so yeah, I mean this is fine. Like you can just stop. Yeah, it's stopped here is fine. So Kevin, you said it was a bad mistake. Please explain.
This tile acceptance is not that good.
So
Does
what
the
would
tile
you-
acceptance change here?
Not really, but like 3 is better than 5.
Based on what?
if I have to wait for a Tenpai at the
It-
end,
Is 3 better than 5?
I mean,
slightly.
if you end up reaching on like a 5-pin weight, I think that's fine because you have cut to an 8-pin as well. I don't know if you're cutting this because you're looking at 4 pairs or something.
Yeah, I don't think the problem is that you chose the 5-pin Conchan over the 3-pin Conchan. I think it's like a down the line sort of problem. So right now, if you wanted to maximize tile acceptance, you would cut like one of your pairs because there's already one Hatsu as the door indicator and one pin discarded. So your pairs have the lowest tile acceptance, so you would cut one of those.
Yeah.
And then keep the hanchan shape. And then if you discard the Hatsu, then you can move towards Paifu, right? But if you don't want to do that, since you can also look for Chi Toitsu as you have 4 pairs already, I think it would be better to discard 6-pin because it would make your eventual Ishanten shape stronger. This is 5 blocks versus 6 blocks again.
Mhm.
So in this case, right, if you discard 2-pin, then you just have 6 totally separated blocks.
Yeah.
And you'll have to choose one to break up when your hand advances. But if you discard 6-pin, and let's say you fill in the on-man, like you draw 4 so, then you can discard 4-pin and still have the
Yeah.
tile acceptance for the 3-pin because you have the pair of 1-pin next to your 2-pin.
I think the blocks are nice enough that I feel like there's not really a need to push necessarily for like a Chitoy hand. You should cut for a normal hand, and if you just happen to pair one of your other tiles up, then you can go for Chitoy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm not saying to like force Cheetoy here, but
Right.
if you do happen, like Shannon said, if you do happen to pair something up, or if you pick up the Dora, being able to go for Cheetoy would make it easier to use the Dora. But yeah, regardless, you could still discard 6-pin and keep just all of your options open, both better tile acceptance down the line for a normal hand and keeping Cheetoy around by not breaking up any of your pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6-pin looks really, really good now that you put it that way. To cut.
Mm-hmm. Remember, connected shapes are very important to understand.
Yeah. The double.
But again, like just cutting. What was that?
Both of us made mistakes on the 2-pin. This is a curse.
Yes. But yeah, again, like if you just want to maximize tile acceptance for a normal hand, you just break up a pair. Aaron, what is this?
I had to choose between one or the other.
Is that what happened? Do you want to go back?
Oh,
No.
no, sorry. I had to create a pair.
Wait.
I had to make a pair, and then that 6-pin was my pair.
If you have to create a pair, then wouldn't having 4, 5, 6, 6, 7 make it easier to get a pair by having acceptance for 4, 7?
Yeah, you're right.
You're saying cut the Dora here.
But
I mean, like if you cut the Dora, that makes your tile acceptance way better.
Yeah, my tile acceptance will be tremendously improved.
Yeah.
But if I do that, then I'm locked to 3-6. But if I throw Dora, then I can get 3-6, 4-7. 3-6, 4-7, 5-6. So
like you just
literally draw any tile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I throw Dora, I can accept literally any other tile. Okay.
And the question is, would you be able to throw Dora? Like, can you throw Dora from this hand? Are you worried about anyone wanting the Dora?
Right now, I mean, yeah, I mean it could be anyone at this point.
Could it? When did Bryant call that Forso?
When did Brian call it Forso? It's like 3 turns ago.
Do you want to go back?
I think it was before I called. Oh, it was after I
That was
called the pay.
after.
It was after I called the pay.
Maybe he's calling to match speed.
Yeah.
So he discards force, or he calls Forso and then discards 3-so, right?
6-0? You mean?
No, he
No.
hasn't called yet.
Oh, there we go. 3-0. Yeah.
But isn't that kind of sus?
He threw 6-0 before, and then he cheat from 2-3-3 and throws 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You're missing something.
I'm missing something?
Yeah,
Can you explain to me why
Oh,
this
the
is
1-so?
sus?
the 1-so. That's right.
The 1-so. So he's going Tanya.
Yeah, he cut 1-so prior
Oh,
Yeah.
and then cheat back 4-so.
Oh, shoot. I didn't notice. I did not notice that.
So it's pretty clear that Brian doesn't need the Dora.
well, yeah, maybe. Unless he has an Ankh of the door, right? Well, then he wouldn't cut the 1-so.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Did not notice.
See, when you play with Brian's for as long as I have, you notice these things.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's really clear now.
But that doesn't mean the other 2 players don't need the Dora. It's just
Yeah.
safer against 1 player now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and here's the whole 6 block. Oh,
Did you want to?
was 1-4 that bad?
No, but like I'm 1-10 for Chitoi. So like 2-3 is like the weakest for Chitoi.
It's also still like, if you end up cutting like a pair, you're still. Never mind. I take that
But
back.
you're also Ishan 10 for a normal hand.
Like, yeah, normal
Yeah.
hand.
If you weren't Ishanten for a normal hand, then that's fine. But I don't think committing to Chitoi right here is that great.
I mean, this isn't committing to Chitoi, but it kind of is, because your
Right.
tile acceptance for the normal hand becomes so narrow.
Right. But also, if you're going for Chitoi, why the 3-so and why not like?
Because there's 2 out already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that tracks. Like if you're looking
Mhm.
more for Chitoi, then you discard 3-so.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's okay to break up the Onmen and look for Chitoi here.
I see.
It's the thing is that 1-4-so is already like 4 out, so it's not that much better than the Kanchan. It's kind of tough to say. I mean, like even with half the weight out, the Onmen is still going to be slightly better than a Kanchan, just because it's waiting on multiple different types of tiles. But I guess maybe with the Chitoi consideration, discarding that the Onmen is fine. It's just, you got to think about this stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so Aaron, are you prepared? And you throw the Dora.
Yeah.
Are you gonna push? Because I don't know if you noticed, but your weight's not very good.
I mean,
It's out 4.
yeah,
that
it's out,
correct?
but I mean like 5-6 isn't
out five.
particular. What?
There's a 4-so on the call.
Yeah. And then like 5-6, like none of my tiles are safe against Toyman. So how am I gonna fold? Like I'm thinking here, like okay, none of these are safe against Toyman. That's why I hesitated on the 2-pin. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll push. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, I guess. But I think if you were willing to throw the door, you should have done it before.
Okay.
Like when you
tile-
had the 3,
huge
4,
tile
4, 5,
acceptance, yeah.
6, 7 thing.
All right, 1,000.
Did someone almost jumbo?
Not that close.
Oh, Aaron, why did you discard the 7 mon?
Okay, so I've been seeing this, for some reason, I've been seeing this shape a lot more recently. Maybe it's just because I've noticed it a lot more. But this like 7, what was that?
Hypervigilance.
Hypervigilance, is that what it's called?
No, it's when you start noticing something a lot more, even though it shouldn't really be happening any more than it is normally.
It's called hypervigilance.
Isn't that what it's called?
I've never heard of the term, but it sounds about right. It's like when you buy a new car and then you notice like, oh hey, there's a lot of these new cars around the road on the road as well. Anyways, but yeah, like
Or
7, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 3. I've been seeing those a lot more recently for some reason. I've been noticing them a lot more, and it's like, to me, that it can be used as another block. That is correct. But here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already have 5 blocks. And if I'm thinking of it as a lone tile to upgrade, then sure I can keep it. But I just think because I already have an 8, 9. I see 2 8s and a 9. It's less likely.
Does that still make it worse than like 8 peen or Chun, for instance?
Doesn't make it worse than Chun. Obviously, Chun is still the most efficient here. I'm trying to think, compared to the 8 pin, what's the trade-off there? I haven't thought of that. What the trade-off is between those two.
Well, I mean, the 8 peen can only become on the Onmen on
If I
one
go to
side, right?
7, yeah.
And 7 mon can be on both sides. Like, even though 1 Amon is still discarded, like, it could still become a the Onmen more easily. Or even if you draw 9 mon, it could give you Ipeiko.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think if you want to keep the Chun for some reason, then you can just discard 8 peen.
Okay.
There's another reason why you might want to keep 7 mon from this hand.
Is it because dealer threw 8 really early, or?
It would be because it can act as a pair in case you move towards a pair-based hand. So
Oh.
you have one complete sequence, but all of the rest of your blocks aren't that good, right?
Yeah, they're really weak.
Yeah. So if you just happen to like pair up another tile in your hand and end up with 4 pairs, then you might want to look for Chitoitsu.
Okay.
And so like that's another benefit that the 7 mon has over the 8 pin.
Okay.
I'm not saying commit to Chitoitsu, but like it's a nice option to have.
Okay. Nima says, "Look for Chitoitsu from 3 pairs." Is what I got
Great.
from that.
Let me just take notes on that.
Okay.
If you're really good at mahjong, you can do that.
If you're really good at mahjong, okay.
If you stack the wall appropriately, you can do that.
Okay. So I shouldn't be scared of this sort of 7, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 3.
Yeah. Just Chitoi is just really good. You don't even have to like make a normal hand, and it's worth 2 han.
Oh, I keep it because I drew the 6. Well, now.
Oh, okay, and then you call for the Ishanten.
Yep.
Seems fine.
Four, 6, 8 hanchan for Kenneth.
Mm-hmm. All right, seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Paifu because Kevin is north.
Yeah.
But I mean that's fine. If you end up with a 3-sided weight, especially, that'd be totally fine.
All right, what do you choose here now? The classic.
Yeah, this is like the normal play. Especially having drawn the 2-pin, it means you lost any reasonable chance at Sanshoku. So I think just taking the Riichi 1 Dora is fine.
And I decided to fold. And then I draw it.
Was 9-mon folding? What, just 8? Okay, it was 1 chance, right?
Yeah, one chance.
9-mon?
Do you want to go back?
9-mon's like Genbutsu.
Not against both?
It's Genbutsu against one person and one chance.
Oh, I didn't see the second reach. My bad.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Early 8-mon cut, Lamau?
I mean, it's more that. I mean, that's part of it, but it's that Aaron could see all the 8-mon. So
And then Bryant reaches.
Oh god.
Gives me
okay.
another save tile. And I'm Tenpai again. Alright. Got back into Tenpai, but it didn't matter.
Also, this is how Brian ended up in 4th.
What was this?
It was Riichi, Paifu, Dora, Ura.
Oh, I see.
12,000.
Yep.
So, Aaron.
Yeah.
3 so discard. Want to explain?
Sure. I see Chitoi chance, and let me go back actually. All right. Chitoi chance. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is there a reason you choose 3 so over any of the other lone tiles?
No. Can't think of
You
a
just
reason.
didn't-
Bad answer.
Bad answer.
There should be a reason.
3-so versus 4-mon versus 3-pin. 3-so versus 4-mon versus 3-pin.
Did you just like pick randomly or something? There should be some more thought to it, right?
I just picked one, yeah. I think. I can't remember what I thought there then, but even now, if I were to pick, if I were to be in this situation again, personally, I would just do Sha right now and see what happens. But among 3-pin, 4-mon, and 3-so, I don't have a reason to choose one over the other. Other than the fact that no, that's not a reason. Never mind.
Okay, so like let's say you didn't want to discard the Sha.
Okay.
And you had to pick between one of those tiles. You should pick 4-mon just based on the reason that it's one of the more middle tiles. So not only would it be a worse weight, but it's also more dangerous against all the other players.
Okay,
That's fair, right?
that's fair.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But like without going into any more detail on that, is it a good idea to just discard the Shah here and see what happens?
Is it a good idea?
I think it's fine.
The
Your blocks aren't like your blocks are not very good though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Your 4 pairs and your blocks are trash.
this is actually a trash hand, so I should just start thinking about folding, is what you're saying?
I'm saying that you shouldn't expect to be able to win a normal hand.
Okay,
So you should cut the more dangerous tiles first.
so Formon, probably.
Yeah, I think Formon is the best choice here because you know for Cheetoy you don't want to break up any of your pairs. You don't
Right.
want to discard the Shah because it will be safer later, and you're not really going to be keeping around the middle tiles just to make blocks because the hand is just going to be way too slow.
Okay. Okay. So past me was slightly smarter than current me. Okay, but assuming the Formon was out of the picture here, is there a difference between 3-pin and 3-so? Is 3-pin slightly better because it's overlapped by the 6-pin?
What does it have to do with Cheetoy? Like if you're going
No,
for Cheetoy,
it doesn't have to do anything with Cheetoy. But would it make any difference? 3-so versus 3-pin?
it's if you're like, would you be looking for a normal hand like that would affect it?
I mean, if I'm trying to keep all my options open, right? Then the fact that I have 6-pin means that 3-pin is less effective in a normal hand, right?
Yes.
So that would be the only thing I can think of. The differences between 3-pin and 3-so.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. The thing is that your 6-pin, you have a pair of it, and like you also have 8-9-pin, so it's not like the 3-pin becomes that much worse by having a 6-pin.
Mm-hmm.
So like for instance, if you draw 5-pin and you want to move towards Tanyao, like the 3-pin might help you out in that case. But again, like I don't think that you should be looking to win a normal hand with this hand.
Okay. Yeah. I think past me concurs. Oh yeah, because there's 2 out.
So Kevin, the 2-so, why are you holding that?
For a possible 2-3-4 Sanshoku.
Okay, acceptable. And to get to Sanshoku, that would mean like pairing up 8 or 9 mon,
Yeah.
or like drawing 5-8-so and then breaking up that penchant. But then against a Rishi, yeah, you gotta kind of just have to fold. And Bryant pushed 2-pin, which is how you 2 could discard 2-pin.
Yeah, and then he pushed 2-so, which is how I could toss 2-so. Hmm. What do you do here, Kevin? Oh, okay.
Should we talk about that?
3-3-5 and 1-2-2 versus what, 3-5-7 and 1-2-2?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm thinking because I have the Dora pair, I could just do Atotsuke.
But then that means someone has to throw it, right? Or draw it, or you have to draw the third one.
So I kind of want to keep the pairs for pawns.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because the shapes are kind of weak anyway. Like if you had to choose between like one of these shapes and a Yanmen, then you should probably just maximize the chance that you're getting to close tempi. But with conchons and penchons and pairs, I think being or keeping the option to call open and still be able to have that Otozuke possible makes sense here. So I agree with 7 pin.
Hmm.
Okay, nothing to fold with.
Oh no.
Oh, this guy keeps reaching. It's very strong.
So why 2 pin? Do you want to stop it?
Because none of them look really safe, and because 2 pin is a pair, if I pass, I can pass another round.
You had 3 other pairs. Why 2 pin?
They all look dangerous.
Yeah, so like I mean you still have to pick one. So why 2 pin?
2-so is neighboring the 1-so of his like the reach tile, so that's kind of more dangerous. And 2-pin is outside of 3, so it's maybe less dangerous.
I guess that's fine. I feel like if you're gonna throw 2 pin, you might want to throw 5 pin just to maximize your tile acceptance. It's a little bit more risky. Yeah, I mean the none of the options are really that great.
So you would do
at
5 pin?
Yeah, because yeah, I think so. I would throw, yeah, you can throw 5 pin and then down the line, if you, for instance, draw into your Samenchan in Manzu, or you draw 1 4 pin, you can decide either to just break up your pair of 2 pin because it became Suji and then still have the higher tile acceptance, assuming you broke up your or you finished your Manzu first, or you can keep the 1 4 pin Yanmen if you don't think the North is gonna come out, and like 2-so or 5-so pass, something like that. So 5 pin's a little bit more aggressive, and since you really don't have anything to fold with, and 5 pin's not going to be that much more dangerous than 2 pin, I think I would discard 5 pin here, but I understand the reason for discarding 2 pin. And I was going to say at a higher level, you would have to think, well, is the 2-so really dangerous because of the 1-so Ricci discard? Like what kind of patterns would the 2-so deal into with the 1-so Ricci? Especially given the fact that all of the 1-so are visible to you.
This is the hand that I scored incorrectly. So
Nice.
don't worry about this one. Missed out on 4,000 points.
Okay, this the 8-so discard. We should probably talk about that.
So it was.
I mean, you can just stop it here. I mean,
Yeah.
Because I need points. I see there's a possibility for a 2-3-4 Sanshoku.
Can you get 2-3-4 Sanshoku with the shape?
If I
You need a pair.
yeah, I can still get a pair of 6-so. Or get one more 3-mon.
If you get another 3-mon, then you'd still have to break up another block.
If I get 2-pin before, like, if I get 2-pin, then I can just break up the 2-3-so.
So you're going back like a long way, or you're saying you would go back a long way just to get the Sanshoku?
If I can get it, then I'm.
But I don't think there's any reasonable path to Sanshoku with this hand shape.
Mhm.
Not only that, but you already have what looks like Richi, Pinfu, Dora, and then you could maybe get Tanya or Ipeko or something. Like, you don't need to force Sanshoku to make this hand expensive.
Mhm.
So if not the 6-8, so then what would the cut be? Because I'm looking at this like, 6-8 so is your 5th block, right? If you're 2-2-3-3, so it's going to be used as 2 sequences.
You mean 6 block?
So yeah. Did I say 6? Did I say 5th?
You
said 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then your 6-8 so would be your 6th block, and that's why it's reasonable to cut.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable to cut, but like the thought behind it, because
okay.
if you really wanted to look for 2-3-4 Sanshoku, then you would just cut 2-3-so, right? I don't think that's better, but that would give you a better chance of getting the Sanshoku because you could pair up 6-so or 8-so.
Right. Okay.
Whereas like any of your like Sanshoku pieces that like are either already a pair, or if you draw another one, then like the hand's just gonna get to Tenpai, and it's not even gonna be Pinfu at that point, most likely.
Isn't the 2-2-3-3 pretty weak in terms of acceptance though?
Aha. So I was hoping someone would bring that up. Why do you say that?
Because you have 2 shapes, 4 tiles waiting on 8 tiles total.
Is it only waiting on 8 tiles?
Or sorry,
You could
10.
also get another 2-so or another 3-so.
Right,
Yeah,
that's true.
so it's plus another 4.
Plus 4, that's right.
So that is true. Having 2 overlapping Yanmen is going to be weaker than like 2 individual Yanmen, for instance. However, it's still stronger than having a hanchan. So like it's better to have two overlapping Neon than it is to have a Neon and a hanchan. And it also will help for your eventual Tenpai shape. It'll be a lot more likely that you'll end up with a good shape.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're having to choose between different Neon Men, like if the 6-8 so was 6-7 so, then absolutely you cut 2 or 3 so. But since it's a kanchan, then it's still better to just cut the kanchan. Okay, so now with this 5-mon, I think it's more reasonable to look for Songchoku because you could trim down the 2-3 so into one block, and then you have the 5-8 mon like Nobitan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You'd have to, not get Tenpai first, but Actually, we should probably go back to Aaron's 7 so discard. So why 7 so from that shape?
So I was thinking I already have 2 pairs. So I really want to use that as a Ryumen. So I confirm the Ryumen like that. Rather than tossing like 2-pin, for example. Then that would be giving up on 3-pin acceptance. Whereas with the 7 so, I only lose another 7 so.
Okay, that's good. Are you prepared to throw the Dora?
Yes, if I get into Tenpai.
Oh. Okay. But not now.
No, if I draw another door, I'll take it.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
Like if you were envisioning the Dora as its own block, then it would be better to cut 1 so to have 2 stronger Sozu blocks, assuming that, your 8-mon would become its own block. But if you're prepared to throw the 8-mon, then that's totally fine.
Okay.
Is this 2-pin discard okay?
So, I mean, here, wait, this was before the one, no, that was after the 1 so. What was I, let me think. So 1, 3, 4. So 1, 3, 4 so 1-pin is my acceptance right now. Whereas if I kept the 2-pin instead of the 2 so, then it would be 1-pin, 3-pin, 3 so, 4 so.
You mean instead of the 1 so, right? Because you said 2 so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if like the decision is between just cutting the 1 so you just drew,
Right.
or the 2, right?
Right. That's the decision. I mean, tile acceptance wise, because there's already 1 3-pin out, right? The 2-pin may have been a little better
To discard?
to keep. Sorry.
Why does one? Wait, you said 1 3-pin is out?
That there's 1 3-pin out, right? Yeah, and then
So why does that make the 2-pin better to keep?
or sorry, better to discard.
But there's only 1 so left, and there's 3 3-pin left.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping the 1 so, this is going to like 3 pairs, and as we know, for closed hands, 3 pairs is weak.
Yeah.
So it's better to just get rid of the 1 so and keep the 3-pin acceptance.
Okay.
Whom on discard? We definitely need to talk about that.
I thought you were saying you were going for Sanchoku.
What happened to the stream?
Aaron's computer died.
Wait, what?
The
Did this-
stream has been ended.
Wait, why? I didn't end the stream.
Yeah, and you have Nitro. They shouldn't be doing this to you.
Yeah, I should complain. Alright. Yeah, so I mean Kevin, you tossed the 2-mon because you drew another 3-mon, right?
He had the 3-mon from the beginning. He drew 5 pin this turn to complete the on man.
Oh, right. So because the 2-3-4 isn't possible anymore, you toss the 2-mon. And then 3-4-5 is... No, that's not possible.
I mean, 3-4-5 is... yeah, it's not possible. Well, I mean, it's kind of maybe if you draw like 4 or 5 so beforehand, and then you confirm a hanchan by discarding 3-mon, and it's like, eh. Well, I guess you'd have to draw 5 so first. Yeah, you'd have to draw 5 so first, because if you drew 4 so, you'd be Tenpai.
So did you want to ask Kevin about the 2-mon?
Yeah. So what's the thought process behind the 2-mon discard here?
I can't remember.
So if you just had this hand now, like what would you discard? You just drew the 5 pin for Ishanten, and then like you have 2, 3, 3.
Now maybe I just going to do 5-mon.
To keep the widest Ishanten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, the hand could still be, like Tanya Paifu Ipeko. Like it's not like it's gonna be cheap. Even if you draw the 1 so, it still could be Ipeko. It's not bad by any means. Like you don't need a force value here, so it's better to take the better shape.
Yeah.
The only sad thing would be if you drew like 1-mon, for instance, and you had 2 so 3 so Shampon. But I mean, you still have a Dora, so it's not the worst thing. 3 so is also Suji because you discarded 6 so earlier. But yeah, just all things considered, and just taking the best shape, I think is the correct play here.
Did I realize my mistake?
It's okay. Yeah, you drew the 2 pin back. You fixed it.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Oh,
Excuse me. For
I'm
what?
switching out my third.
No. Go back.
what?
I drew another drawing here.
Didn't you just cut the 1 cell then?
Oh.
How did you get to 6 down, Aaron?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yes, please cut the 1 so from the shape.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so what's the idea behind this poem here?
To instill fear in my enemies.
I see.
Oh yeah, and then
I think
Kevin,
That's
Kevin,
a mistake.
yeah, Kevin said he misclicked here. Let's see that again.
IRL.
Misclick.
IRL misclick.
But going back to the Dora poem,
Uh-huh.
instill fear in your enemies. I think it's fine because your hand was gonna be slow and it's already the third row anyway.
Yeah. So high
So
tay
you
only.
know sure. Yeah, high tay ho tay, K10, whatever. Chankan? Oh, the Riso's already gone. Too bad.
Oh yeah, Kevin got back into Tenpai.
Not really. I mean, kind of.
What is this chi?
I thought 5 so had more likely to be still in the wall. See, it was.
but-
Do you have the high tay though? Did you check?
Planning to rotate, don't worry.
Yeah, but the hote is something that someone else decides.
Yeah, he's just a guy. I don't know, man. Aaron, explain. Okay, great. So what do you do?
Oh, I think you should cheat. Do you want to stop on the 5 so?
Let me stop.
The 5 so Bryant discarded?
Yeah, I was thinking about it for a while.
So you don't have the high tay.
Yeah.
Because at this point Simon does. And like that there's only one 5 so left anyway, so like he probably wouldn't discard it.
So yeah, if I chi this, right, then I have to throw. The purpose of chiing is so I don't have to draw a dangerous tile. Is that
The purpose of yes, so you confirm Tempai, assuming you can discard one of the tiles in your hand safely.
yeah? But if I draw, for example, oh wait a second, then I shouldn't have thrown a pin after. Never mind. But so you would chi here, and then what is the safest tile here? 7 pin, 8 pin, 9 pin, 7, 8, 9. Are those all equivalent?
Maybe not 9 pin
8
because 7. You see all the 7s, and then you see like 3 of the 9s.
3.
I don't know, man.
3 9s? Wait, what?
There's
There's
2
two
nines.
across
Oh,
the-
yeah, I see 3. Yeah. So 9 pin is probably the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you draw a dangerous tile here, and like
You would just have to fold, probably.
I mean, you could push it. Like you
could
have the
push it
Dora,
anytime.
so
Oh,
it's just a matter of like making sure you don't deal in.
Yeah. Okay. That was bad. And this was bad too. I should have just thrown like 4 so or something, right?
Yeah, 4 so. Yeah, 4 so. 4 so can't deal into anything.
And passing around the high tay. This is all planned. I get the high tay. High tay is the last 5 so. No.
Everyone was either Footy 10 or had no Yaku.
Brian he said he was spooked when I pulled the Dora, and then he was like, wait, you don't have any Yaku?
Well,
So
yeah, because you cheat the 9 so.
Yeah.
You just were telling him, like, hey, I don't have a Yaku. You just feel free to push.
Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have cheated the 9 so.
Just because the button pops up doesn't mean you have to press it.
It's like it's like very tempting, you know? The button pops up and it flashes at you and you're like, ooh, shiny.
This looks like counting points.
Yeah, they were asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was hoping it didn't have much to do with the Riichi, because this is a pretty clear Riichi.
Hmm.
How is Brian able to push all these tiles?
When you're really good at mahjong, you can push more tiles.
What the?
You've experienced it firsthand.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Not when something about experiencing it firsthand. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, because
Like,
Aaron played with Brian to me before, and we just push everything and don't deal in.
Oh, I see. I would also like to push everything and then not deal in.
Just gotta
Maybe
get good.
someday.
How is he able to push all these tiles? Oh, spoilers. Spoilers on the score.
Okay, so we should talk about
Yeah. Talk about what?
so Kevin just got to Tenpai before Brian Sumo.
Yeah,
So why Dom?
because the weight is bad.
Any other reason?
Um, I think that's about it.
Would you be willing to fold if you drew a dangerous tile?
That's also one of the reasons.
So you're okay pushing 9-pin, but if you draw a different dangerous tile, you wouldn't discard it?
9-pin is one chance,
It's
Mhm.
kind of late
so I
though.
think it's
Later,
true.
one chance isn't that safe.
But I also can see 2 7-pins.
Hmm.
That means even less than it being one chance.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
it's true, isn't it? I think if you're willing to fold on like an outrageously dangerous tile, then it's fine to Dama. But like
Okay.
just choosing to Dama because the weight is bad, I don't think is enough of a reason, because if you Riichi, then the hand becomes 52 or Mangan if you Tsumo.
No, and then you Ura 4, don't worry.
Exactly. If you don't Riichi, you can't get Uras. But yeah, if you're gonna fold, then Dama's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Brant was trying to move towards toy.
He said 1-4 just looks so likely to deal in. And I'm like, what? How could you have known?
How could you not have known?
You read your hand.
Wait,
Like
why did
above.
I did not mean to indicate that I was dealer. I messed up here.
Wow.
What the? Brian is still dealer. Kevin, are you thinking
so-
about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Were you thinking about Chitoy here, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna ask.
Oh, okay.
I figured, yeah, that was what you were gonna ask too.
Like if I go for a regular hand that's too far, all the tiles are like so far away.
I think it would have been okay to look for Toy Toy though.
Yeah, that's. But then I got to Chitoi Tenpai first.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fine. Can you discard Chun?
Let me see if I had any safer tiles. Oh, I could throw 5 pin if I was folding. I don't-
Or 3-pin?
Or 3, yeah. If I were folding, but I wasn't 100% full folding here.
Oh. So you push Shonpai Chun against the Ricci and 2 calls from dealer.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I can't read your shape. There's too many pinzus.
Okay, yeah. Wait, let me make sure this is paused. Okay. So I'm. Wait, are you asking me like what my weight is?
Sure.
4, 5. Huh?
I mean, it depends on what you discard.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about. What should I discard, right? Because if I toss 7 pin, then it'll be 3-6. But if
Would it also wait? 3.
if I toss
Okay, I
5 pin,
see- I
that's
see it.
definitely safe. 5 pin is definitely safe, but that's a Shampon on 7 pin and 9 on, right?
That's correct.
So that's what I was considering here.
Okay, I see.
But I figured since I see all 4 5 pin, then 7 pin is Kabe.
And I mean, you just want to take the better way anyway.
Yeah, and I want to take the better way anyway. So I was just confirming. After I saw all the 5 pin was, I see all the 5 pin, so 7 pin should be okay. I was confirming my weight here. That's why it took a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I mean, this is also Pinfu and Takame Ipeko.
Yeah.
So it's like 7 pin. Even if 7 pin's dangerous, I think you can still discard it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's going to be worth way more than what are you going to discard 5 pin and then wait
Yeah.
for a crummy shampoo?
Can you hear the audio in the video, by the way?
No.
No.
Okay, never mind. I think it will be in the recording. Thank
Why didn't
Nikki.
you just mute it?
I could mute it. Yeah. I could. All right, there we go.
Have you been hearing it this whole time?
Yes.
What? What?
And then you're just gonna mute it halfway through? Okay.
It's cool to hear the
Well-
sounds of the tiles.
Yeah, but there's also the talking, isn't there?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's
it's really fast.
Paydor Dora. Yeah,
Oh.
Paydor Dora.
We need to go back and
Yep.
look at that hand again.
Okay. Let me revert the score as well.
Go back to your 1P discard, please. Okay, so what is the plan here?
I'm confused why you
Um,
cut the 1 pin, but then decided to cut the 4 pin afterwards.
Well, one step at a time.
Okay. So 1 pin here because 1, 2, 4. Okay.
Okay.
That
All
and
right.
then the plan
What-
here.
what-
What was that?
and please elaborate. What's bad about 1, 2, 4?
Well,
Okay. What's bad about 1, 2, 4 is that I can accept 3 either way. So keeping the 1, the only thing that allows me to get is like if I draw a 3, then that's a Nobitan 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that's one merit of keeping 1 pin. But I figured it's probably what did I figure? Like acceptance wise, 8 still possibly allows me to go Itsu. 2 so allows me to go 2, 3, 4 possibly. 7's just great lone tile altogether, all around.
You're looking for 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku with this?
I'm not looking for it, but
if it lands in your lap, you take
but if
it.
it lands, yeah.
Sure, if
I-
you say so.
I think if you're looking for 2, 3, 4, you should be looking for 1, 2, 3 because
1,
you
2,
already
3.
have a 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2.
Yeah.
So you would have just either 4 pin or 7 pin.
I think that
2
you
so.
could just discard 2 so. Like going back to what you said about 1, 2, 4 pin.
Yeah.
You said that if you draw 3 pin, it could be a Nobitan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that might be helpful if you don't have a confirmed pair, which you don't, because even though you have a pair of 6 so, like you'd probably rather use it as a Dianmen, right?
Right. That's right.
So even before you draw 3 pin, having 1, 2, 4 pin means you can pair up either the 1 pin or the 4 pin and still be left with a
Another-
block that
yeah,
accepts the 3 pin to complete a sequence.
that's right.
So in a case where you don't have a pair, having this like 1, 2, 4 pin shape is not bad.
Okay.
And that's another reason why like you can just keep the 8 mon here, right? Because if you draw 5 mon, for instance, you'll still have the 7 mon hanchan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's better to just get rid of the lone 2 so.
Okay.
But yeah, the number of pairs in your hand affects how you have to build your other blocks too. It's good to keep in mind. Okay, and then this is what Shannon was asking about. Why discard 4 pin here when you discarded 1 pin earlier?
Because it might be Chanto. That's
Huh?
the reason. Bryant might be going Chanto.
Oh.
That's
So
the
you're
reason.
worried about giving him an extra 1,000 points.
It doesn't affect my tile acceptance that much. Well, okay. like for the purposes of 1, 2, 3, 4, I should have kept the one, the 4. But 7 is not particularly safe either. But yes, that is probably the reason that was going through my mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, normally you just discard the 1 pin because if you draw 5 pin, then you have the on-man.
Yeah.
So you're just like the reason for the 4 pin discard was just worried about Chanta.
Yes, that was the reason.
Okay.
Is that a bad reason? 1,000
I
points is
mean,
nothing.
The thing is that 1 pin can deal into shapes that 4 pin cannot to Chanta, like Tonki, for instance. I don't think Bryant would be waiting on 1 pin Tonki since he discarded 3 pin earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's not completely out of the question. I think you should prioritize your own hand is the thing, because like you like your dealer, his hand's gonna be cheap either way. It's not a big deal.
Oh, it ended up being 39.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't Chanta.
Yeah.
Did you draw this? I didn't see it. Did you draw the second tone on the second turn or what?
I believe.
Oh, looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I drew it right here.
And you just kept it for safety.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there'd be no reason to keep it when you discard it literally the turn before, other than safety.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming that in your mind this is Pinfu Ipeco Tudora or something like that.
I'm also wondering, like, is Bryant going Kokshi or something?
Did you catch the second 3-so?
I did
Whether
not.
it was Tadashi or not?
I did not. I think I noticed it afterwards, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I missed whether that was Tadashi or Tsumogiri."
Yeah, because if it were Tsumogiri, then it could still be Chitoi. But if it was Tadashi, then
Right.
it's like, well, it's not Chitoi.
Right. That's why I'm pretty sure I said to myself, "Oh shoot, I should have been paying attention whether that was Tsumogiri or Tadashi." Just make sure this is no spoilers. Okay. Wait.
I think you need to update the
There we
score.
go. Yeah, sorry, it was I accidentally paused it, that's why. It wasn't going. Is this Toy Toy?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much has to be with the shape.
Haku only.
I mean, Toys only is fine, especially as dealer. When you're this close.
Wow. Huh. Immediately backfired.
I mean, you discard the Dora for the tile acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because discarding anything other than the Dora would have, well, I mean, it would have either made your Ishanten much worse or it would have been going back to Shanten. AP, I think, was fine. Do we need to talk about it?
I mean, I paused there. Um, I paused there because, you know, I was wondering if I should switch from the two, like the 1-3 kanchan or the 6-8 kanchan. And I decided that, you know, since I see 1-7 pin out, the 2 pin was better to wait on.
I mean, there's also, like, you could discard 3-so or 7-so and just keep both because it is just a farther the Ankon, the Pinzu shape.
But then I would be trading a Dankan for a Dankan, right?
I mean, either way, you have to break up a the Ankon here.
Yeah. So, um, do you think one Dankan is better than the other? For
So
6
this is
versus 2-7?
So this is difficult because your pair is the 8-so, which means like if you discarded 3-so for instance, and you paired up 5-so, then you get a Yanmen instead.
Oh.
However, you can also see 1-2-3 Sanshohu. So if you draw 1 or 2-so, then it would be better to keep the 3-so around.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not super straightforward. So I think just discarding the 8 pin and keeping like it's giving up more on the Yanmen and keeping the Sanshoku around. Like it's still not it's not impossible that you end up with the 7-8 so as a Yanmen, but it's much less likely with this discard. But yeah, I think 8-so was or 8 PM was fine.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Go on.
hmm.
Is this good?
I was thinking, right? 3-6 pin could be my Nobitan for my pair, and then if I draw like a wait, I think that's what I was thinking, anyways. But like, just looking at this now, right? If I, but all the 9s are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not better. This giving up 4-so for the additional acceptance of 7-so, 8-so. I mean, 8-so might be okay. Because I see 3 7-sos. But probably not worth it
Yeah,
over
probably.
4-so, yeah. And then also I didn't see the scientific possibility, of course.
If you have 6 pieces for it, you should at least think about it. Not necessarily force it, but think about it. Okay, and then Aaron folding because your hand was trashed, correct? And Kevin pushing as dealer with Tempai is also correct.
Mhm. Come on, that's where
Like
we
you
go.
could make a case for not wanting to push against last place Ricci, but like I mean, if you're Tempai already for like 77, so I think pushing is fine.
Mhm.
Okay, so what are the conditions? Do you want to just pause right here at the beginning?
Sure, I can pause. Yeah. Whoops, I did not mean to go forward. Okay. Scores are on screen, and the condition here is I can get 1,000, 2,000 for first, or 52 to tie. 52 rolling on anyone to tie, or on Brian or Kevin to tie, and then direct hit. Divided by 2, direct hit 26 to tie. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Kevin for second, or I guess I'll just let Kevin answer that.
For second, basically any hand,
Not necessarily.
unless it's like wrong at 1300, then it's a tie.
Yeah, and 1,000 wouldn't improve your placement.
Yeah,
So any sumo
any
would improve.
small, yeah, or direct hit anything. And for fourth place is 52 small, or direct hit 39.
Uh-huh. All right, so sounds like you have your condition.
Yeah, really wish I had that extra 4,000 points that I deserved.
This is why you have to learn how to score.
Moving towards Shito here.
Should you be moving towards Chitoy?
Because if I get rid of the Doro, right, and then try to make a regular hand, it's probably going to end up being like nothing. So that's why I went Chito, so I can use the Doro. And because
So you're okay with risking dropping to third or potentially even fourth to try and get first?
I mean, the hand was going to be really bad in terms of shape. Either, because I only had one down man at the time, right? I think
Well, you also had a completed sequence.
one down man and a completed sequence. Is that good enough to like turn it into?
Do you want to go back
Okay, I can. Let me pause.
to the 16 discard?
16 discard. So like at this point, I have 4 pairs. I end up drawing what? 5 pin? Yeah. I end up drawing 5 pin and I throw 6 pin.
I mean,
So,
this hand, I think, what?
yeah, I mean, if I were to keep all my options open, then Haku would be the cut here, right?
Right.
But then I risk Kevin potentially, calling and going for. Oh wait, but that would be just 1,000.
Yeah, if he doesn't sumo or direct hit you and it's just 1,000, then you survive.
Yeah, I guess I was just overly. How do you say? making sure no one calls and speeds up their hand by holding onto the Haku. And also Chitoi, of course.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you gonna hold every single Yakuhai? Like, that's a little bit unreasonable.
Yeah. But here, like, I mean, turning this into a regular hand, it's going to be kind of tough.
I disagree.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean, you had the Yeonmen, like, with the 5-6 pin.
Yeah.
You have a complete sequence. You do have two pairs, 2-so and 7-so, that could change into like Yeonmen's, or at the very least like hanchan or penchan.
Mhm.
So it's, I think, entirely reasonable that you could make a normal hand out of this.
But it wouldn't be enough, right?
It would not be enough to
get
first, no.
Yeah.
But like, you're in big danger of dropping one placement, potentially two placements.
But then if I get into a normal hand with reach only, then I'll have to reach. And that's right.
Do you have to reach?
If I get into a tempai with a reach only hand.
But then you could choose not to reach at that point.
Oh, and just Dama and hope that Kevin doesn't win?
Or that if Simon's no 10, then you're tempai so that Kevin can't overtake you with tempai. Because you have to be tempai, right? If you're no 10 and Kevin's tempai and it goes to the Yukioku, then you'll be overtaken.
Right.
So I think leaving the normal hand option available makes more sense here.
Because it's more likely to get into tempai and I have to be tempai.
Than Chitoi, yeah.
Okay.
And you could call for K10 if you like just can't draw anything for the rest of the Kyoku.
Okay. Fast forward a little bit.
And then the 8-mon, we discussed it IRL, but
yeah, it was better. 9-mon was better because there was one out.
Yeah. If you're not going to use any sorts of reads, then early game it's better to just discard the tiles that have less available.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that I drew it again. Would have been tempai. Would have been tempai.
Would have gotten first right here.
And would have gotten first right here.
Got punished.
Got punished.
And then just for the sake of completeness, Kevin, why did you choose Tadama here?
Because the weight is super bad. And then if I reach, I have to hit Ura to get first. But then that makes my chance of winning much less. Wait for winning any hand to get second place.
But if you win this hand by Roan, do you get second place?
I get a tie.
Yeah, it would be a tie. So does is like with such a bad weight, is looking for that tie, is that better than taking a chance and maybe getting first place? Because if you Ricci and Aaron is no 10, then you'll still overtake him just from the tempai payments.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's something you should consider when the points are really close. How the tempai payments might change placement. So even like, because you're so close, even if you put out a Ricci stick, you can still overtake Aaron with tempai payments. And then if you just happen to Tsumo with Ura, even though it's unlikely you get Ura with the shape, then you get first place.
Yeah.
So it's better to reach here.
Ricci's like more normal, I think.
Okay.
Because like you actually have a chance at first, and like your target second place, they have to push anyway.
Right. Oh yeah. And if
they heal in and you get or a 2, then you get first.
yeah, or if they fold and you're Tenpai, then you still win from Tenpai fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot more merit to Ricci than Dama here, I think. Like I can understand why you would want a Dama because the weight is just awful. But I mean, 3 Pinas, your Suji, and you can see all the 4-so, which makes the 6-so like not as bad. But then you ended up getting Tsumo anyway.
All right, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely some mistakes here. But this was good. Thank you for walking us through it, Nima.
My pleasure.
Oh, I'm recording
Remember,
now?
5 blocks.
5 blocks. Nailman with a hanchan in the middle.